Welcome to RoxTalks. I'm Roxanne Wilson, your host, and we talk about things that affect and impact you in a positive manner. Today, I'm so excited to introduce you to Yovy. Now, Yovy is someone who I met on Instagram. If you haven't met people on social media, you're going to, and it's a great way to meet wonderful people. Yovy and I met last year, and I've just been so impressed with her because she's doing it. She is a former corporate type from the media world. She did a lot of that and then realized it was time to just leave that and get on social media for herself. And now she has two amazing podcasts as well as a social media management company. So Yovy, welcome and thank you so much for being here.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ross. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for welcoming. It's been a while. I'm so happy.
I know. It's so good to have you. And I love this. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I am literally, I woke up, and I didn't just wake up, but this is me in my sweats. I got my old sweatshirt on and sitting in my living room, and Yovy, you're in the car.
Hey, we got to do everything, and this is LA, so we drive a
lot. Yeah. Orange County we do, but not as much as you, but totally. So thank you for meeting me here. I'm glad we get to chat. And first of all, I want to ask you, Yovy, it's terrifying for people to leave the job that they either don't love, maybe you did love it, but just to leave the corporate because it's consistent. It's 9 to 5. You know how much you're going to make. Everything is like laid out, and just go, all right, I'm going to check that, and I'm just going to be an entrepreneur. What was the catalyst for you to do that?
Imagine, yes, definitely. Thank you for inviting me again to your show. And let me tell you, my experience has been that it was just transitional, but it was fade out. Not only letting go the corporate world, but basically phasing out and deciding this is what I'm gonna do, because I did, and I think I was ready for it. I really was, and I was like, I have all this past experience. I have learned it for more than 15 years, and I was like, you know what? Let me test this out. So
you wanted to challenge yourself?
Yes. I definitely was seeking for a challenge, surely so. And I was like, okay, what is going to make me feel comfortable? What I can start right now? And that's how I came about with the podcasting. I felt comfortable talking, speaking, and everything kind of really came about. I know about YouTube, and hello, everyone. But I'm writing, and definitely that's where I'm gearing up pretty soon. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm coming up with my website. I'm blogging pretty soon.
Congratulations. So once you got past the fear, how did it feel to be doing your own thing?
The fear, I think is there all the time, but you kick it, you just really, truly, you kick it and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this anyway. It's really critical. And I think that's where a lot of people are still caught up thinking, what am I doing? What happened if my family is going to see me, my friends? What are they going to think? And you just have to go forward. That's what I can say. It's nerve-wracking, but it's so freeing at the same time when you're living on your purpose. You gotta just jump on it. You gotta jump on it.
Finding that purpose and believing that and walking through the fear, because and the self-doubt. And I really think that sometimes thinking about what is everyone else going to say is really our own self-doubt that we actually project onto other people and make a bigger deal because we're afraid of it as well too. And it's terrifying. It is. And it's terrifying. Like you said, the fear it doesn't really go away. It's still there because, in an entrepreneur world, you eat what you kill, as they say, right? So it's like you always need more. You always got to run for something else because the reality is it's not, again, like a 9 to 5 where you have that consistent, I know that in 2 weeks I'm getting XYZ. You don't know that. And so you got to just go for it constantly.
Yes, that comfort level definitely is something to achieve, but then again, I know that the reward is much more. It's trust and believe, and I currently putting things together still today. Getting my content together, planning, marketing, finding your tribe, finding other people that think like you is essential
Mm-hmm.
to where you want to go to. And there's a nice group of other podcasters that have come together. I'm part of the Elite Circle. It's an underground digital podcast that is coming
Underground.
through.
I like that. It's underground.
Yeah, I know, and it's amazing. It's four women, amazing professional women, and 4 men. So we have a great balance. So you check it out, Elite Circle.
Awesome. We'll have to check that out for sure. And I'll put that on the page so people can find it. So let me ask you this, because you are an expert when it comes to social media, podcasting, media, and the whole 9 yards. What would you say to someone who is, and I meet people like this and I consult people with people that like this all the time who are like, I have a business or I have a plan or I'm delving out. And I'm like, great, what's your social media account? I can't wait to follow you. And they're like, I'm not on social media. And I'm like, all right, we got to get started at square one. So for someone who's just getting in there and they know they need to do social media, how do they decide? Because social media is a generic term. It is so generic. It's like saying, I'm going to go get a soda. Well, how many different sodas are out there? If you go, or I'm going to have some chips. If you go to the chip aisle, 2 things I can't have right now because I'm on a challenge, but you like the amount of chips out there is infinite. The amount of flavors of ice cream, well, that sounds good too, are infinite. So in social media, I feel like it's getting that way too. I mean, there's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, there's podcasting. There's Snapchat, there's all sorts of, I'm just scratching the surface. So how does someone decide exactly which one they're going to go for?
That's a great question, Ross. It really is. So how do you decide? Maybe in the early time, we were like, oh, we're going to sign up to have a Facebook account and connect here and this and that. But really, really, as a business person, I don't care if you're selling pies or you're just making painting or any kind of those features. You got to figure out what is the deal. You know, I will say for somebody that is starting, and if you're not in social media and a professional ground, this is what's happening. I think 5 or 10 years ago, it was like if you don't have any kind of digital print, you will be afraid of getting a job or anything. Now you must have a digital print in order to even be considered or hire or even create any kind of business.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have an Instagram, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, if you don't have Twitter, they want to see what's going on with you. And we are in 2019, and I agree with you. There's a lot of people that are there. They don't have those tools, because that's what it is. These are tools in order for me to know who you are, what you are, what are you good at, and are you, how do you present yourself? And the good news about today is there are multiple forms of media in order to accommodate you in order to put your content out there. But you have to have a presence. You have to create a brand. And that's kind of where I come through, where currently have 2 clients that I coach them and tell them, listen, you're good at this. This is your art. May that be poetry, may that be writing books, but you need to be in this medium right now. You need to post your lectures, your keynote speaking engagement.
Get your content out there is what you're saying. Your content has to be findable, searchable, accessible.
Yes.
So Yovy, how does one get their toe in the water and just start? How do they figure out where to start? Because doing everything is almost a death knell, in my opinion. So how do you get started?
You get started by kind of testing the waters. You need to get started in what makes you comfortable. What made me comfortable was talking and speaking. So kind of like voice and podcast was the venture. Some people feel comfortable by writing. Some people feel comfortable by actually being and shooting a video and be very visual. So that's how you get started, and it starts with practice.
So wait, that's good advice because people, I think everyone's hearing and all the stats are saying that video. But if you're like terrified to be on video, or if you ramble out on video, if you're like, hi, my name is Yovy, that is not going to help your business. Like, right. Show show pretty pictures, but don't like be this like deer in headlights, because people won't want to engage with you or to even get to know what your business is about. That's a really good point. Keep going. Sorry.
And not only that, they also don't get caught up with a lot of quotes. You know, basically the idea is, you know, you want to give a sneak peek of what you are or who you are and what exactly comes around. You know, you got try to be authentic, because if you're gonna try to be too perfect, everybody's gonna pick up on that. You know, keep it together. Like us, we're doing this right now. You know, it's part of our day. We connected, and we allow this to happen just as is, and people will know. You know, this is real. You know, because of logistics, but thanks to technology, you can make that happen. You can create content anywhere.
So first of all, what we're saying is be authentic. When you see the 10, 20 different types of modes of social media, find one that seems the most natural to you and dive in. And then when you do, don't try and be somebody else. Be who you are authentically. If you are someone that wakes up like this and you look like Beyonce, then be that person. But if you're someone who sits like on the couch getting work done, like me right now, be that person.
Like you. Yeah, I would add to something too. I would say not only creative, but be curious. You know, be testing out things, because, as I said, with practice and patience, also we get caught up in this immediate entitlement or reward of, if I don't get a like, if I don't get caught up with the numbers. Just do what you do best, and everything will come through. There's obviously little techniques, as you know, making sure that you have the right hashtags, or people don't know anything about tagging their videos, or how exactly I want to make sure that I show it to the people that I really want to see. I want them to see my stuff. You know, that's where I can come through, because basically I used to be working for business to business. Now my service is business to consumer, to anybody that wants to make sure that they're targeting the right market,
Right.
or the right demo.
So what you're saying is basically there are little nuances that you can learn as you go, but at the same time, don't freak out like, oh my gosh, I only got X amount and I wanted like 3 times X amount of comments and likes, because if you're reaching out to the right people, they will find you. They will find you. You'll get some help on hashtagging to help that along, but the right people will see it. And what I found is sometimes a post that you get very few interactions, engagements on, you get that one engagement that's like, I want to hire you, and you're like, oh, well, that was totally worth it. But you have to constantly put out content. I was actually talking to someone just yesterday, and I was like looking at her Instagram, and I'm like, where are you? I'm like, you posted 2 weeks ago, and I haven't seen you since. Like, you got to post. And then the last one's 5. I'm like, 5 days ago, you got to post. You have to constantly put it out, which is exhausting. And on another podcast, we'll talk about how to get rejuvenated, because there's times where you're like, my tank is empty. But when it's full, you got to just keep pumping that content out there that's authentic to you. It's a lot of work, but it's where advertising is now, really. Wouldn't you say, Yovy?
You said it very well. That's where digital marketing, advertising, is getting definitely done. And I will tell you something more. Everybody says you have to put out content. Yes, you do, and you're supposed to be at least on 7 platforms. However,
but start with one. We just said start with one.
Exactly. And I'm glad that you're chiming in. Just because you have to be in 7 platforms, please understand that all 7 platforms are different kind of content or client. Think about it like a restaurant. Facebook is one, Twitter is one, and Snapchat is one, LinkedIn is one, etc. So each one you have to really treat it differently, because they're going to give you a different experience and a different palette to it. But then you want to make sure that you master Instagram, you master, and then you go little by little, you master your podcast, you master your blog, and that's how you keep on adding to other things.
Yeah.
And I can guide you on that.
So your goal may be 7 platforms, but ultimately, you start by mastering one at a time. And also realize too, that you may find that a platform is not for you. You might say, you know what? I've tried sushi 20 times. I don't like sushi. So I'm not going to eat it. And then, so don't go on the sushi platform. Stick with the Mediterranean and the Mexican. Like that is totally okay. So keep that in mind as well too.
Exactly. And have fun. Guys, really, truly have fun. And don't be a troll. Don't be a troll.
Nobody likes a troll. Like really, trolls don't even like trolls. Except for those cute trolls when we were little. Those were cute. So how does one find you, Yovy? Thank you. This has been great.
Yes, this has been fun as always. You find me definitely through Instagram. You find me through Facebook, Alquidia Media Branding, and that's my media company. Yovy D is my podcast on Anchor, Spotify, or iTunes.
And she has a great accent, but it's actually Yovy.
Yes, Yovy.
Your accent makes it sound like I don't even know how to spell it. It's so beautiful, but so let me just Yovy D underscore D.
No, I know. I do all of this with an accent, but definitely with a lot of love and
it's a real accent,
definitely
right?
Don't be afraid. Yes.
Okay, well, you said like you did it with an accent, like you added it. So I was like, wait a moment.
Yes, so definitely Instagram for sure. Yovy D. Yovy D is YOVY_D. And pretty much from there on. I'm on Twitter also as well. So check it out.
Love it. Thank you so much. We'll have to have you back on again and have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening to RoxTalks. I'd love to engage with you on your favorite platform. So find me at RoxTalks on Instagram, Roxanne Wilson on Facebook. Of course, my website is roxannewilson.com, and there's other platforms we'll just talk about for you today. All right, you guys take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.